look, a day in the life of a Frasers driver or a livestock transport truck driver in Australia is, mate, it's awesome. You know, where else do you have a career where you get to see, you know, the sunrise and the sunset on some of the best magnificent places in Australia? You know, our drivers, you know, can be at Birdsville one day to, you know, Byron Bay 2 days later. So you really get that, you know, that vast experience across, you know, Australian landscapes.
Now we've just put together a B triple. Take us through how you do that.
So we back there before at the depot we hooked up an AB triple, just for the purpose of for the audience here today. But look, I suppose it's like onto, you know, going onto any loading ramp that we do. You know, it's all in the mirrors. You know, we're in quite big trucks, anywhere from 19 to 25. 36.5 metres for our Type 1 road trains, right up to 53.5 for our Type 2s, which is your traditional 6-deck unit that we see across northern Australia. But I think first and foremost, Eric, you've only got a couple of seconds to analyse that when you come onto a site or into the farm, and you need to pick your point or look where you know, other trucks and other markings have been.
And so when you're starting out as a livestock transporter, or a transporter in general, how long does it take to pick up the skill of being able to line up 2, 3 trailers, dolly, you know, all of those different elements?
Oh, look, it all depends, I think, Eric, on your skill as a driver and as an operator, and look, that only gets better with time. You know, practice makes perfect, and obviously the longer that you've been doing it, the more easier that it is. But every different combination, every different truck can have a little different turning circle, and, you know, wheelbase length and things like that. You know, no different to hopping out of your Toyota Land Cruiser Ute, you know, into a wagon. You know, there's going to be differences there when you're driving and how you park those vehicles.
You look at what the average person does, and they might reverse a trailer once or twice, you know, in a year. Compared to reversing a little box trailer, what is reversing a livestock truck like?
Look, it all depends. It all depends on your familiarity with that combination. You know, you can come out of you know, B doubles. You know, that's all you might drive all year. Then, you know, you jump into a road train with a dolly. You know, into an A coupling, and it's going to be totally different. So you've got to you know, reverse engineer how you do that.
So 26 years, you said you've been involved in the industry. What got you so drawn in?
My upbringing was in general freight. My grandparents had farms, and, you know, and my dad had trucks, and look, the two of those are both, you know, are my passion, so it goes hand in hand. And I suppose I just got the, you know, I got the love of the lifestyle, the people. It's a great culture, and look, it's a career that can take you anywhere. A very rewarding career.
We're here at the Gracemere Saleyards. You could be going from the Saleyards to the abattoir just around the corner, or you could be, you know, a couple of days on the road heading out to you know, somewhere in Western Queensland. What do you reckon is what's your favourite sort of lift to do?
Oh, look, the favourite lift for me is obviously you know, 6-deck work in either in the Gulf or the Channel Country. You know, just the sheer volume of, you know, trucks and people and cows on the job, and I suppose the you know, the challenge and the camaraderie that goes with those long distance shifts. You know,
how have things changed over years?
Massively. You know, over the past 25 years, you know, we're sitting here today, Eric, in a Kenworth T659 model. The T65 series, you know, started in Australia, was designed and developed here in Australia in 1987, and here we are in 2025, and we can still buy, you know, this iconic Kenworth T65 series. It's had 3 evolutions over its time, but you know, they just get better and better every year. But look, there's nothing cooler than you know, than having a good grounding and getting back to basics with a, you know, 400 horsepower and no air conditioning, and you know, just living life in the bush. That's trucking.